Hi, everybody. This is Josh. And oops, I'm here doing this again because the first time I recorded this, it had no audio, and I found out way too late. I discovered that there was no audio. And of all things to have to do twice, it's a review of this movie. But before I get to that, I did post another video recently, just kind of musing about the future of the channel and my content. I've been busy and focusing on Fun with Shorts recently, and the movie reviews kind of fell off. I'm considering moving them to their own channel. I did a couple of audio movie reviews over on the podcast feed. I reviewed Ephus, great movie called Ephus, and a very okay movie called Death of a Unicorn over there. You can hear those audio only. But I'm here today because I just felt like showing you my face and talking about this not great movie that I saw last night. So I saw Hell of a Summer, and this is the feature debut of filmmaking duo Finn Wolfhard and Billy Brick, and these are young actors. One of them very famous. I guess they're both in a lot of stuff. I just wasn't familiar with Billy Brick before this, but they have made a movie, and it is a kind of 80s sleepaway camp slasher pastiche called Hell of a Summer, about a bunch of counselors preparing for a summer at a sleepaway summer camp when a killer starts murdering them. And it is a comedy. It's a hangout-y kind of teen slasher movie with a very 80s style score, and it's an amalgam of a lot of things, and it could be very fun. I'll say that it looks like they had fun making it, but it also feels like a lot of favors were called in to get this thing made. And it looks nice. It's nicely photographed. The people are having fun, but the movie's pretty lousy. It's just, I don't want to be too mean. Maybe, they'll hone their craft, and maybe this is just the beginning of an illustrious career. But I was prepared for what it was, for a fun teen slasher, but it just it doesn't have the goods. It's an extremely simplistic movie. I was hoping at least it would be like daring and grisly. It's put out by Neon, and it was pretty clear. The opening scene had a little bit of promise. Adam Pally has a little cameo as a camp counselor, and he's in the cold open of the movie. And I thought, oh, is this going to at least be creepy and scary? And then no, it wasn't. Even the horror elements are just not great. And ultimately, everything here is borrowed. Everything here we've seen better somewhere else. And I'll get into that a little more explicitly later in the review. But I want to give them a little credit first, and that is to say that there's a smart decision that they made. Finn Wolfhard and Billy Brick are in this movie, but they are not the stars of this movie. They, I think, very wisely relegated themselves to the kind of supporting ensemble, and Fred Heckinger of Gladiator 2 and Thelma and lots of other things of late, hello ma'am, is the main character of the movie. And his performance is very winning. He is just a very compelling actor, and he's playing kind of a lovable doofus in this movie, and he's the best part of it. He doesn't save it. The script is really bad, but he is one of those actors who just elevates bad material because he's naturally good. So that's about all the praise that I have. This is a movie where you can just feel next we should do this, and we should do that. It just feels like a very shallow brainstorming session where every first idea that was thrown out got into the script. And every character has an attribute. There is a vegan, there is the gay theater kid, there is the goth girl, there is the jock, there is the hot girl. Everybody just has one game that is established in one scene, and then there's a little bit of interplay and who likes who and all that, and then a masked killer begins to kill people, and it just becomes, it's just not a good version of all the things that it wants to be a version of. We just didn't need it. I'm going to get a little bit more explicit about what happens and where the problems are, but it's going to require that I spoil two movies. Actually, I'm going to spoil this movie, another movie, and in reference by my references, an entire other franchise. So maybe this is enough. Maybe you want to bail out here if you're going to see Hell of a Summer. But you've been warned. This is where I'm going to shift into. I'm not going to spoil specifically like who did what. I'm not going to name names. I'm just going to say what is going, what's going on. Because every slasher, at least every slasher of this variety, every teen camp slasher kind of movie is a whodunit, right? It's who's killing everybody, and the reveal of who it is and what's going on may not matter. It's the thrills of the story, of the ongoing plot unfolding, that should be the entertaining part. But why offer a whodunit at all unless you're going to try to make it interesting or satisfying? So you've been warned. Hop off now if you don't want spoilers for this movie and another recent horror movie called Hard Eyes. All right, are you still here? So before I get to that, I need to dial back a little more. Excuse me. I'm going to assume that everybody's familiar with the Scream franchise. Again, I'm not going to name names or spoil specific movies, but in general, the game of a Scream movie is masked killer going through a group of friends or a school or an enclosed place, and in the end you discover it was actually, quite often in those movies, multiple people, 2 or 3 people who are the killer, trading off, taking turns, collaborating to be the killer. And they were doing it in order to gain notoriety and fame on the internet or in the news or whatever. So that's how those movies work. It was really surprising to me when I saw Hard Eyes, which I didn't like quite as much as everybody else seems to, but it was fine. It's well done. It's fun. It has the same ending. The killer in Hard Eyes is 2 people acting in tandem to try and become notorious and famous in the news. So imagine my delight after sitting through Hell of a Summer to discover that the killer, the masked killer, is 2 characters acting in tandem in a way that does not make any sense because they themselves are murdered early on graphically, and it doesn't make an attempt to explain it. It's just like they were faking, I guess, getting their blood splattered everywhere. I mean, whatever. And they were doing it, guess what? To become famous, to get likes, to get reach and clout. So I think we need something new. And if we're going to do this, I think it's time for another twist. It's time to take it up a level. All right. I don't want to dwell too much on this movie. Again, I don't want to be mean to young people who are having a great time. Maybe some people will get there were some people who were cracking up in the theater when I saw it, so maybe people will like it. Your mileage may vary. I thought this sucked. All right, that's it. Oh, over on Patreon, there's a new short. Patrons are watching a new short this week, and it'll make its way to YouTube eventually, but you can see it right now over there. And all shorts are always in production now, so I'm already working on the next one, and seeing movies too. So we'll see what happens with the shape of my channel or whatever. But for now, thanks for watching this. I'll be back with other stuff soon, and I'll catch you next time. Josh out.